Hey guys, bringing to you the Ineos Grenadier Headspace Roof Conversion. Prototyped on that black Ineos that Ineos sent to us. We've completed the roof conversion, we've designed it, scanned it, designed it, we've manufactured it and we've fitted it to this customer's vehicle. So it's the first one we've done. Come on and check it out. Now they're upstairs, let's have a chat about the dimensions of the bed, the head height inside the conversion, width, length, and how thick this mattress is. So max head height inside the tent is 2 meters, bang on. So that's just to the highest point in the tent here. At 2 meters and at 52-degree tilt, this is the tallest conversion, or the steepest conversion we've created, and for good reason, because you are limited on how big this area is inside the Grenadier. It's not as big as a Troopy. So we've got full wraparound awnings and we've got side awnings, same as every other conversion we do. So that's a standard. On the mattress, we're looking at 1150 millimeters wide, and overall length, we are looking at, stop moving, inside, 2.4. So your bed's 2.4 long and 1150 wide. So same length as a Troopy actually, but it's about 100 mil narrower than a Troopy for those references. The Land Rover Defender is wider than a Troopy. It's about 13 or 1350 from memory. So this is, but this is still bigger than a 76, much bigger. So that's your width. Premium model comes with a 90 mil mattress. Standard model comes with a 75 mil mattress. Again, it's got that memory foam top layer into it, so it's all integrated now, which is pretty comfortable. So that follows through as well to access doors. They've also got the memory foam topper. The tent is the same as our usual tents. It's that 380 GSM double proof ripstop canvas, which we absolutely love. Obviously sand and grey are your options, black trimmings. Your windows are massive, as you can see, so your airflow is not a problem. They do come with the midi mesh screens inside the windows as well. So it's the exact same tent sort of design as what we normally do. Reading lights, these are a bit of an extra given it's a show vehicle. They aren't part of the premium model, but they are an upgrade that you can have. So they're an option if you want them. Fans, these are part of the premium model. Low, medium, high. A little battery in them so you can turn them off if you want when you go to sleep, and they can just blow air on you until you get to sleep, and then they'll cut out if you want. This is our safety strap for our spring poles on our awnings. So obviously awning's not on yet, spring poles, yeah, they're underneath. So spring poles live under the mattress, as you know, but that's just to help you assemble it. But we'll run you through that in another video. It's all pretty simple. Oh, red and white lights, that's standard in the premium model as well. So keep those bugs away at night time. USB and USB-C ports. That's pretty standard across all of our conversions now. So maybe we'll just jump downstairs and have a look at the roof underside of the bed lining, because it's obviously a very different design to what we normally do. And I'll explain a little bit about it. So as you can see with the bed base, we have, well, as you can see with the cut, actually, we should probably start with that. We've cut all the way to the front window like we do with the Troop Carrier and the other Toyotas. This gives us more head height at this point in the vehicle. So, and it also just feels bigger as well. I keep mentioning about having a high roof. It just makes the whole thing feel bigger. And it does make a difference when the weather's bad and you are locked inside your car. That extra space, headspace, does really help. But as such, as you know, if you've got a Grenadier, you've got this incredible overhead switch panel, which is in your headliner. So we've very carefully removed that from the headliner, left it all connected, so none of the plugs undo. And then we've just measured it up and integrated, I guess, into the bottom of a bed base. So the reason why we've gone for this totally different style of bed base over what we do with the Troopy, which is that resin infused aircraft material, is we've actually made it lighter, believe it or not, and we've also been able to keep the whole conversion even slimmer than the Troopy, for example, the Defender, because your head height, you've just gained 40 mil of head height by having a raised section in the bed. So This part of the bed base is standard on a normal vehicle, and then by designing it the way we have, we've able to gain an extra 40 to 50 mil of headspace above the driver and passenger seat. And it obviously gives it a bit more of a utilitarian design to suit the Grenadier, which is a bit of a nod to Ineos from our design department. Just while I'm here, these infill panels here, in the standard model, obviously this is carpeted and not timbered, and these panels here are an aluminium infill panel, and it's all hollow behind there, and you can run cables up through behind this switch panel, and you can put all sorts of switches and lights, whatever you want, into this panel here, or even storage. So you can take that panel out on the standard model. You can even do it on the premium if you want, but it'd be a bit of a shame to get rid of the timber. You can see here the angles and the ledges of how we've done this. We've just picked up on as many factory mounts as we can throughout the vehicle, from the front towards the back. Obviously this is all 6mm aluminium, so lightweight but super strong. We've got airbags behind here, which we've had to contend with. Therefore we're keeping this factory headliner here, and we've just wrapped it in our carpet in order to finish the headliner to the roof conversion to join the two. It's required to do that with the headliner because the airbag, when it deploys, has to come down. So that's why it's called a curtain airbag. It drops straight down. So if we use a different material like an aluminium trim or something, it's going to prohibit the airbag from doing what it's designed to do. So that's part of compliance, having to do that type of thing. So I'll bring the bed base down now. We'll just jump in the front seat and show you what the head height's like. Mute audio. So just want to show you about these rear steps. In the Trooper, you don't really need them as much because you've got a nice rear bumper step. On the Defender, you can't really open a roof without these. That's why we designed them the way we have. It's 8mm thick steel, so it's not going to break off that easily. We've put the curve in the back of it so you can still jackknife a trailer, slash tow, and then you can use it as your step. So it's pretty essential when you're opening and closing the roof up. Okay, here we are. Pretty comfy seats. A lot better than Toyota. Switch panel overhead. To give you an idea of this height, we mentioned it in the previous video when we talked about the design of the Ineos. The front of the switch panel, that is exactly the same height as when it's factory. So all we've done is just brought this end down. So obviously the roof angles up, factory. We've just taken the angle out. So it now just goes flat across the top. So that's still the same in terms of the height of that. Obviously it comes down here. The width across here, we've been running around off-road. You don't really, when you're swinging in a radius, obviously if you're running around off-road, like this stuff isn't in your way. That's more the concern. So that's why we've just gone so high with the bed base here. If you've got a Grenadier, you'll know that these seats pump up and down. Well, I don't know if they all do them. Not that familiar with it. I'm at the lowest setting now, and I'm just gonna pump this seat up as high as it goes. Obviously I'm not the tallest guy in the world, but tall people are never gonna pump this seat right up, are they? So, all right, so if I'm, God, it keeps going. That's it. Okay, so I'm full height on the pump up of this seat. Got some clearance, I'm pretty close to it, but I've got some clearance here, but I'm looking like at the top of the window here. And this is sort of getting in my view. So I'm definitely not gonna be driving around like that. So just a quick note, we haven't developed a parcel shelf for the Grenadier Roof Conversion yet. We're not sure if we will, we're trying to figure it out. There's just so many compartments and cabinets around here, we're not really sure we need it. But you know, we'll see what people think. For now, it doesn't have one. So we've, again, headliner just continues along the front here that we wrap in carpet and then finish it off against our roof conversion. So with the premium model, just a quick note, extended roof rails on the front with the premium, and the solar input and auxiliary power outlet. So auxiliary power outlet, spotlights, Starlink on the roof, as long as you put an inverter on there to get the voltage up. But that's what you can use that outlet for. Roof rack for this, we have got a roof rack for the Ineos Grenadier. It's, at the moment, it is the 2/3 length roof rack. And then down the track, we will do the front roof rack as well, like an all-in-one front and main roof rack, which will have all the solar panels in it. So that'll be a pretty serious add-on, but that'll be down the track. Just a bit of a note on the detail. We obviously tried to keep this thing look as slim and factory as possible. We're only adding about 80 mil of height to the vehicle. So we thought that was pretty good considering how much cavity space you got in there in order to keep all your blankets and pillows upstairs. And little cutouts around here, so it follows the contour of the roof as best it can. A few other specs on the roof conversion. With the premium model, you can opt for an auto spray paint, so we can color match the roof conversion to the car instead of just having a black powder coat finish. We just thought we'd try it on this one because there is a bit of a black and white theme going on. Weight of the roof conversion is about 85 kilograms of added weight to the vehicle. Don't forget we take out the roof, which is just a roof skin. There's not much strength in it anyway, so there's not much weight there, but adds about 85 kilos, and we add about 80 millimeters of height to the vehicle as well. Roof loading capacity is still factory, so just keep in mind that if you are going to put on extra weight like that, it is going to be hard to open the roof conversion. So in the premium model, we do like an airbag that sits on the bed and lifts the roof up for you, so you can opt for that if you like, just to help out. So just one more thing as well, we've noticed that no one's making water tanks for the underbody of the Ineos Grenadier. You can get a long-range tank for the rear, but no one's doing underbody water tanks. We're partnering up with Touring Tanks to do underbody water tanks for Troopies and Hiaces. We're going to do it for the Grenadier as well. We have since 3D scanned the underside of the Grenadier, both sides, so we're calling it the sill tank. So it's basically from the back of this side step to the chassis rail, from there to about here, but basically that's where the tank will go. Drops down about 100 millimeters, and you're getting about 90 litres at max on either side. So 180 litres all up, which is pretty phenomenal for this vehicle because there's no space under it, as most people know. That's a bit of a wrap up. Thank you.